Looks like it was another desert tortoise. Looks like they usually pop out when they're raining like this. They usually drink from the puddles, kind of get out of their holes. They get flushed out. You know, it is kind of cold. He looks like he's, about to go scamper off somewhere right now. You can tell this one's a pretty good size. They get a little bigger than this. I've seen them bigger. So this one is not even full size yet. Very strong. They'll lift up little rocks and go in places. What's crazy is if you look, the turtle has green eyes. It's pretty cool. Here's my pride and joy this year. The biggest one I've got so far. And it, drum roll, just under 14 pounds. That's a pretty big melon. Now, I was a little early on the last one. There was a really thick rind. I think I'm at the right time for this one. I waited. This thing's been growing for about 2 months. This should be good. Later, come check this out. Now we're at 14.6. So we've almost gained a pound in 2 days. So, and right now, if we go over to this side, we can already see it's just sucking all the water out of all these leaves. You can see them all curl up. So I'm gonna give it a fat soak. I'm gonna let it keep going. The last one I did too early. I'm not gonna be so quick on this one. This one I'm gonna have to let grow a little bit. Also, my sweet potatoes are starting to flower, which is a really good sign. We're gonna do a big harvest on that soon too. Carrots are getting all big. They're all popping up. We got these guys in here, over here, up over here, up over there. The collards have new growth. They're all popping in. You can already see all the new growth inside. You know, all of this and this leaf here, all these leaves over here, all new growth. So that's doing great. Let's go check the potatoes out. Come on. You can see it's starting to flower. It's amazing flowers. Look at those big old purple flowers, which is a definite sign of health and maturity of the plant. This, I've actually ripped out vines all the time. I rip out vines, I just throw it to my rabbits, let my turtle eat it, and it still just keeps on growing and growing and growing. I'm really excited. I think, yeah, buddy, we're gonna have a lot of potatoes in the ground over here. A lot, I can tell. I'm pretty excited about this. I want to wait on everything all the way probably until mid-November. That's when it really starts getting freezing temperatures. Once I really start seeing it hit on the leaves start getting kind of messed up from the cold and things like that, bam, I'm just gonna harvest everything, be done for the season, except for the collards. I believe the collards and the are gonna do pretty well. They're probably gonna go over the season. Hopefully they last. We'll see. It's my first time doing it, but hopefully they're gonna survive. Just like the lemon keeps all its leaves. It gets down really cold. The lemon keeps all its leaves and just kind of rides through. Hopefully the same with the collards. We'll see. Yeah, this is my first time trying to do an earthwork. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is capture rainwater. So if you look up here, it's kind of higher, and the entire property slopes. And if you start to look, you start seeing the water line. So all of this flows this way. All of it down this kind of driveway. I didn't plant this. This is naturally there, but that's my pride and joy. I love that. I love that barrel cut. So everything goes this way, okay? So what I'm going to do here in this hole I've dug out is there are holes here, plants are there. So my plan is to fill this full of rocks on the sides and to slow down the water and let it seep in. All that water goes right to here. This makes a big puddle. And the water goes, you can see it, the water line goes through here. I'm going to try and dig this out quite a bit more and have it seep in here. So that way we're on both sides of where I have all the trees. The trees are almost 7, 8 feet tall. You know, that's only 6 feet away. Those roots are going to be long enough to be able to eventually, if you train them, okay, there's water over here. It's going to have water sit in that hole for a week, be wet for another week, and probably good another 2 weeks for off the water. So after a big rain, it can get to the point where I can skip a whole month of watering, even in the summertime when we start getting those monsoon rains. And the water keeps on going. It flows straight out this way. See the floodplain kind of go. It's a, you know, what happens is it goes kind of just sheet flow, and it goes this way, traveling all the way through to the other side over here. Now, where another stream is over here, which is a really crazy. Come here and check this out. This is where everything connects, okay? This is where all the water, and another little bit of stream comes this way, and this way where water really comes. And you can just see the abundance of life. Where two streams come together. Where that one comes on one side of the property, the other side of the property comes this way, and everything connects right in here. We have this mesquite tree starting to grow back. All of the growth underneath, you can see it all come back with all this rain we've been having lately. You can just see it, all these native plants, all these flowers coming in. You can just really see it. And if you go up, you can just keep seeing all of this life, all of this life, all of these beautiful flowers. You know, this is the desert. Usually we see nothing. This is all just bare soil. But if you look, everything is kind of springing back to life. It's a really beautiful sight. You just see it goes for miles in every direction. It's just all of these yellow flowers. It's pretty neat. All the birds are over here. It's a pretty cool sight. So you can see kind of my concept here is I got a little bit of advice from nature here. If you look, here are the trees, here's all the brush, all the water slows down. Like right here, you can still see where the water is where it's different color down here, where you can still see moisture and you can see life coming back. So if I can slow down that water, I can have my trees, just like this tree, grow. And this tree is getting all of its water. I don't water it, from the water stopping right here and soaking into the ground and still wet. That means I can have water for quite a bit of time in the ground. And if I can really just allow it to seep into the ground with that earthworks over there, I can eventually, hopefully, get to the point where I can have long periods of time where I don't have to water after it rains. Eventually, maybe one day, if I get good enough, not have to water at all, just let all those trees tap into groundwater. That's the eventual goal. Make a big, old, almost like an L right there, and have all that water just seep into the ground. It'd be pretty cool. That I really took a little thought from nature. If you look, see, here's where it all seeps into the ground right here. Then, if you look at the sides, why is all this grass here? Because of the shade of the trees, which is exactly what I want to do over there in my little oasis. This coming, winter, I'm going to trim it all up, and everything is now growing together like a canopy. So when I trim it all up, that means I could grow things I normally couldn't grow that would get really charred from the heat. Like another thing I really want to grow is strawberries. I want to grow some other plants, but they get too much heat out here and it seems to kill them off pretty quick. So that's the goal. My goal is, as you can see here, it's still wet. And as the dog thinks, it's delicious. Grass right over here, still growing. All of this because it's being shaded. The sun's up here, you can see, even I'm being shaded. It's allowing the moisture to stay. All of this is what I want to create. This, the same way that the good Lord has made it right here, is what I want to do in my little oasis. Have the water slow down on the sides, let it soak in, trim everything up, have everything grow underneath, just like this. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned, because soon that 15-pound watermelon, I think it's going to hit 20 by the time we cut it open. And those sweet potatoes, there's going to be a lot of them in there. A lot. That's been growing for about 120 days plus. So stay tuned.